I was actually rooting for Ivory Coast in the last game, but unfortunately, Ivory Coast lost the game, but we are all African regardless. Nigeria won because they play the right way. They were the better team. So there's nothing we can do about it. But I want to say thank you to all of you for joining SKTV. I want to encourage you to continue to share the show while we enjoy ourselves with Bob Marley. Yeah, this is good. It's- Share the show, everybody. Let's share the show and then we start. Share the show. Share the show. Share the show, everybody. Everybody share the show, boss. So that is Bob Marley, one of the best in the history of reggae. If it's not the best, Bob Marley is the reggae icon that nobody can challenge that, nobody can argue that. So I want to encourage all of you to share the show today. Today is another day. We actually came on at first, but then we found out that everybody was kind of like into the African Cup of Nations. So it's like everybody were kind of focused on that. Myself, I was enjoying the game, but I decided to come on, not to leave you hanging. But it seems like, you know what? I'm probably the only person on here. So I decided to go and also join everybody and watch the game. Because actually there were people here, but there were not a lot of people here, you know, to follow the show and even have a conversation. So I decided, you know what? Let me also join other people to what is going on here. Uh, oh. Yeah, so we decided to go on, but it's all good. It's good that we sometimes leave politics and go to sport. But in the meantime, while we await everybody to kind of join the conversation, let me take this time to recognize a few people. If not everybody, but I will try my best to recognize those I can see here. Tracy Vincent, welcome to SKTV Regional Wilson. And Gobla Zoe, welcome to SKTV. Samson Weir, one of the journalists who is about to be a part of the SKTV team. And Yvette Cephas, welcome to SKTV. Fritus, that was maybe been a minute since I see that name on here. Gribble Girl, welcome to SKTV. Sano Queen, come on now. You will pay fine for running away, for betraying the cause, for running away from SKTV. Sano Queen, you will pay fine. Sano Queen, welcome to SKTV. Esther Clark Frederick, welcome to SKTV. Joseph Conto, my man. You say, bro, Sego, call me after the show. We'll call you and you would know where to be found, my man. So welcome to SKTV. And Orito is here. Orito Zina, one of the stakeholder and also a member of our team to raise funds for the SKTV project. Orita, welcome to SKTV. James David, welcome to SKTV. Rose Russell, welcome to SKTV. Toby Wilson, welcome to SKTV. Amara Keita, my man. The topic today is Joseph Boakai. Saying that what you like to hear. I know you love Joseph Boakai a lot. Anyway, the topic today is not Joseph Boakai. The topic today is where are we? Where are we as a country? Where are we as people? Where are we as incoming government? Where are we as outgoing government? Where are we as incoming president? Where are we as the Honorable House of Representatives and House of the Senate? Where are we? Where are we, our justice system? Where are we, Liberians? Where are we as a people? Where are we headed? Are we really, really ready to work with the incoming government? Are we ready to hold our feet to the fire? Are we ready to do what is right for Liberia? Where are we as people? So where are we is kind of loaded questions. And I mean, for everybody. Anyway, Michael Dio, welcome to SKTV. Elizabeth Bowen, welcome to SKTV. Toba, welcome to SKTV. Ma Dabasong Kiawu, welcome to SKTV. You see, call me this devil called Seku. Call me devil. Okay, I'm okay. Thank you for calling me devil. If you are here wasting your time to come and watch the devil, then I don't know. What are you? Wait, what happened to Steve? Steve Bully, I told you you're not working today, my man. What's going on? No. We come and start fighting right here in front of everybody right now. Well, I thought you're not working today. What's going on? You working?
Yeah, something came up. I had to come do it really
I will,
quick.
I will, I will, I will, I will protest. I will
No,
protest. Anyway,
tomorrow,
Asata
tomorrow,
M. Miller, welcome to SKTV. Ruth Robert Pemba, one of the pioneer of SKTV. As a matter of fact, she is. Anyway, I don't want to say that before some people got jealous of her because Facebook herself, Facebook recognized Ruth as one of the top engaged person of SKTV. Fresh, number one on the list. So Ruth is really working, my man. Steve, even if Ruth is working more than you right now because Facebook will not recognize you. Can you imagine? Mema Kandakai, welcome to SKTV. Young, Bay Boy Young, welcome to SKTV. God Favor, Robert, welcome to SKTV. Love, Pierre Perry, welcome to SKTV. Blaze Sompong Batu, welcome to SKTV. Oral Kennedy, welcome to SKTV. Nora Hawks from all the way Iowa. Nora and her husband always used to follow SKTV. I don't know where the Osman is right now, but Nora is always with us. Nora, welcome to SKTV. Samson G. Dennis, welcome to SKTV. Live for Fana. Welcome to SKTV. And Yumutru Kranga. Yumutru Kranga is also one of those brain behind SKTV. She's also part of the team to raise funds for the project to build SKTV radio station. Yumutru, welcome to SKTV. Yata Burnett, welcome to SKTV. Fuma Toure, one of the favorite of SKTV, he always follows SKTV, but Steve said he's not one of those sustainable stakeholder. He is a stakeholder, but not sustainable one, according to Steve. And I agree with Steve because this is my nephew, but the guy is not sustainable stakeholder. Yes, indeed, I still recognizing a few people. Morris, welcome to SKTV. Say Gonganu, welcome to it. How you take my first name, my man? My mom don't need to say. How can you go take my name and you go take the other last name? But anyway, say Gonganu, my man, welcome to SKTV. And who is this? Who is this? Muna Klipla, welcome to SKTV. Seku Kroma, welcome to SKTV. Annie Pay, welcome to SKTV. Mustafa Balo, welcome to SKTV. And who else? Mustafa Kenner, welcome to SKTV. Paul Choloplay, welcome to SKTV. Steve.
Yes, Mr. Kanye.
We started the show earlier.
Yes.
I figured out that I was the one left behind because everybody watching the game. So I decided, you know what, let's just cut it off and just go by and go watch the game. Then after the game, we can come back. Now we are back. I've seen people coming in already. Some people still watching other game, but we have to do this show for the people. So we said, where are we? We should have a list to this chief, a list of a committee, a standing committee, of an ad hoc committee created by the just newly elected Speaker of the House of Representatives. And on that list, we saw names of people from the other side of the aisle. Let's say, for example, the top candidate, the candidate for the Speaker of the House from the United Party side, Representative Richard Kuhn is on there with other names. So where are we? Are we in the same boat now? Are we moving forward now? Do we have a united force now moving together, for the betterment of Liberia, or this just temporarily? What's going on here? Where are we?
Well, first of all, let me greet our people. As always, the Liberian people are the most important people on earth, and the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. Mr. Kane, I heard you listing some people before I get to your question. I heard you listing some people, and interestingly, you talked about sustainable stakeholder. Last year, we're discussing stakeholder. This year, right after the inauguration, we are going to be ensuring that we have shareholders. So if you're a stakeholder, if we are a stakeholder, that will not get problem with you. We'll be dealing with shareholders. Just so you know.
But tomorrow, some shareholder name will not be displayed though. Some of them don't want to be associated.
No.
They don't want their name to be displayed. We're talking about serious business here. We're talking about we said shareholder. Yes. Shareholder, you gotta be very clear and make the people understand, because shareholders, it means that people that are ready to invest into SKTV and be a partner of SKTV all the way through.
And that's why.
And someone don't want to need to be called.
And that's why those shareholders, the ones that want to be identified, will do it. The ones that want to remain anonymous or confidential, we will keep them at that. But let me tell you something. That idea of stakeholder thing where you're doing in 2023, 2022, where you're bouncing on stakeholder tattoo. We're not playing games. To be shareholder, they're not getting anybody. Not going to the gym and eating iron. We're not on that level. Shareholder, they're not looking good. They're not you looking pretty or you looking handsome. We're not on that thing for you to be shareholder. Shareholder will be peculiar, particular, specific, and identified people. So just so you know. So if you want to be shareholder, you know, put your life together. You can't get this shareholder. You see, no. Look at your nephew who says he's a stakeholder, but he's not sustainable. So let him deal with the stakeholder department. Because shareholder there, when shareholder and then big boy, big girl. Just so you know. But anyway, we'll expand on that tomorrow. We'll do some expansion on it tomorrow so people can start getting ready to set up for this whole shareholder business. But let's kind of back to the politics of Liberia. Yesterday on this show, just yesterday on FKTV, we predicted that everything you'll see that game. Let me say again, that game. Everything you'll see that game. All that lawsuits and the one day that lie. This is all game. And we told you yesterday on the show that they will come back together and work together and say they were just doing legislative politics and all that one. You ain't see nothing yet. You ain't see nothing yet. In fact, there's a kind of they will not only work together, they have been working together. They have been working together. I was reading the front page and other news outlets who are reporting that credible, reliable sources have reported that even Senator Yondi cannot learn for her to run on web ballots. The board will send it on and off. They know what they're doing, my people.
But man, before you go any further, whatever this guy just said is very important that we highlight that. Joseph Konto promised to donate $500 to SKTV towards the radio project. So he's now saying on this public medium that his $500 will be available on the 1st of February. Joseph Konto, we say thank you very much. We really, really appreciate. We have other people that have actually also pledged that they will support and donate to the project, but they have not put a timeline on it. They say when we start, and we are going to start next week. In fact, we're having a meeting this week. So, yeah. Steve, I just want to acknowledge that. I want to say thank you to Joseph Konto, for making that public. Joseph, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
And I think you can see I started it, we're back on base, like I said. We just started a pre-lunar weekend. We ate some meat and put our lives together. We're having a big meeting this week, a very, very big, humongous, gigantic meeting for SKTV. And some people that have been working behind the scene, we're going to be voting. And what we're looking at is, a single man make it a CEO.
Yeah. No problem. I can give my position back. I want to can give it up. I want to give it up to a female. You remember when the famous CEO gave her his position, he gave it to a female. My own too, I will give it to a female. I will give it to a female. But it's not going to be you. It's not going to be Saros. It's not going to be that guy, that Brazilian one guy with the guy called Monkey or Mambu. Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
So folks, let's get to the politics. Mr. Kane, we need to brace ourselves. And let me say this. One of the people that will be thrown on the bus will be Prince Johnson. You remember that statement Fanatikova made about justice, what economic crime code, whatever it is? It was not a mistake. It was not a coincidence. Tomorrow was expanded just a little bit. You see, the Unity Party think they can use people. Whether you like Costa or not, whether you like Banana or not, on FDP you will stand for what is right and what is just. They played Costa, they played Banana Ure. That is the truth of the matter. The same way they try to play Cummings and make him go to court to tarnish his reputation and they term it as politics. They use people when they achieve their goal, then they throw you away. Prince Johnson, that particular statement, the particular coordination that they got, the United Party won't move the monkey on the back, Prince Johnson. They won't move him from on the back. But in order to do that, they got to look for somebody who they will claim to be neutral to do the dirty work. Let me say again, Prince Johnson, I know you're watching the show. You think this is a joke? If you think this is a joke, wake up. And you think you're tactician, and you think you're smart, your fellow old man will play you. Joseph Human Braga made commitment, and I will support him in the commitments he made. Let me tell you today, I will support Joseph Braga on the issue of justice and accountability. 100%. I will. I will support him. And tomorrow we'll find all the details about some of the claims that they have. So they will get how SKTV man will get information and like that. On the other hand, let me get to our brother and our friend, Senator Wilson. I read also that his term has been extended, his prison term. Whether you can go to prison June, you go to prison January, you will go to prison. Prison at prison. That one. But here's something we want you to watch out for on SKTV. The rest deal that you want, the deal that you get with Joseph Juma Baranen, it will not hold, it will make loud. Look, the thing when we're talking, people can say the thing we hate people. We probably don't want to talk the thing where you're not letting talk. You think we hate anybody. They will play him. They will not hold. And yeah, you think they won't put Amin without overcomers because they're crazy, you don't know what they do. You really think they don't know what they do. They will take rest, importing your rest, tell it what to sit down. Eh. You're not feeling for you. You ain't understand nothing. They think bigger than some of you. You'll be passing around with emotion. You'll be passing around with no emotion. Please, you'll be passing around with emotion. It's not any problem. We'll come around here. And some of y'all should not say you're not there taking you credit. But next week is the inauguration. Will be fiery, unrelenting, as the president will take his seat. Will be very, 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 very fiery. Like we said, once the listing come up of nominees to different positions in the government, especially in the executive, will scrutinize all of them. All of them will be scrutinized, folks. Everybody, nobody will leave here. We will scrutinize all of them. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. You know, today I also read in the newspaper that I see the sole repeat of whatever happened during the weird time. That Japan gave, I think, 300 and some more, 3,000 and some more tons of rice. You remember when Joe Weir took over, Japan gave rice again, and then they changed the rice bag to purple. You remember? They got kind of unique there. You remember that time? History is back.
I do.
And then they changed the rice bag to purple this, and they started saying in the morning.
Somebody say your microphone need adjustment. Maybe I don't know what happened. What do you have a Bluetooth? Anyway,
yes.
you're using the Bluetooth, right?
Yes.
So can everybody hear Steve clearly? Because I don't trust Amara. Amara, the GMB man. When you're talking about GMB, the man with Allah, you're not hearing you. Yeah, my boy.
Yeah.
So,
the thing about it is everybody else is hearing me.
Yeah, everybody else can hear Steve, then that's fine. You don't worry about that.
Amara, I'm very sorry. Maybe you need to make some adjustments on your.
Yeah, everybody hearing you. The man need to adjust his ear. So let him mention GMB, the man will not hear you clearly.
No, I say I support GMB, so hear me on that one.
Okay, but he's going to be hearing that one.
Yeah, I support GMB.
They can do selective hearing.
No, Mr. Cannon, I support Joseph Yuma Boakai. Look, some of you don't even know. I support Joseph Yuma Boakai. I support Joseph Yuma Boakai. Just so you know today. On the issue of justice and accountability.
So Steve, I got a quick announcement I forgot to make to our people. We are back on YouTube with our original SKTV channel. So we turn off the SKTV live from there. It's there, but we are now live on there. So we are back on our original YouTube channel with SKTV. And very soon we'll also put back on SKTV original Facebook channel. So if you just joining us, we just want to inform you that SKTV original YouTube channel is on. You can go on there and watch because I just saw it. Without me announcing it, by the time we put it on, I got 30 people already there, already watching. That one can just pop up on people so that they can see it easily. So the original YouTube channel is on. Original Facebook channel we're going to be back on very soon. And we are also telling you that do not hesitate to follow SKTV LRB because we'll still be on regardless. Oh, I'm getting some big call here. Let me answer the call. I will
Yeah,
still
but yeah, yeah. Before we go any further, my police start right. Wait now, they ain't no original. They don't have, because you call your hair, you looking sharp. What is going on in no original? Yeah, my being nobody stupid. Yeah, they're looking at you. How you call your hair like that?
I knew you were going to be on the spot.
Yeah, but what is
Yeah,
going on?
you get problem.
Yeah, but what is going on?
So,
What is
so
going on?
no, no, I am.
I hope you don't get something like no original there.
No, 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 no. So let me just say, please, let me, folks, you know, they might be like Steve that serious problem. They Steve, man, they may get serious problem. So let me say good evening to all our SKTV followers and fans, uh, all Liberians who love Liberia, and not everything remain constant. Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth, and Liberian people are the most important people. And this is why SKTV is here. So yes, everything is on course. The inauguration, as far I'm concerned, and today SKTV were in the premises of the legislature carrying on some live coverage with a newly elected chairman. I don't want to say elected, but the newly chairman for Rules, Order, and Administration, that is Glebo Bryan from Maryland County, Senator Glebo Bryan, Maryland County Senator, were carrying out some inspection today on the grounds of the legislature as workers and volunteers, give the ground a facelift for all of the international guests and local guests that will be in the country for the inauguration. And today the police deputy, deputy chief of operation, that is Colonel Melvin Sakon, along with the former 102, former deputy chief of police, that is Avi Croman, chief of traffic, 121, chief of PSU support unit, that is the police support unit, and
Mm-hmm.
chief of safety. So all of them today were in a joint press conference, and that press conference is supported by the joint security. So as to how they will be moving about, there will be no all of the different routes that car will be coming through. And today they were very clear that there will be too many guests in the country. So if you are not invited, do not have a pass, should not be seen around the premises of the legislature where the program will be taking place. So yes, so far so good. These are happenings, and uh, so yes, there are too many meetings, legislature, and all of that. So today I spotted the today I spotted the newly elected speaker coming from the office of the Mazarara County Senator, the Reverend Darius DeLong, the chairman on foreign affairs. So I don't know what's going on. Uh,
Well, maybe he went there to go retrieve his American passport. You never know.
yeah, so that's it. People, my friends are gearing up for inauguration, but like I
Okay,
said, momentum is not as high as expected. But Liberians are
right.
ready and they can't wait for the inauguration to come about to see what the new government has to offer the people of Liberia.
Yes.
So yes,
So
we here we keep trying our best to bring Liberian people all the happiness. Keep following
right.
SKTV, share the light.
So we also are aware about the rice that was donated by Japan. Um,
So we got some breaking news.
yeah, bring the breaking news before I leave. I want to be here for that
You
before
want
I
to be
go.
part of the breaking news, or you want to leave? Say you're leaving, or you got to leave, man, so we can be here and talk about the breaking news.
No,
So we have a lot of different communication here. The other one is signed by President George Weah that has to do with what they need to do, what they need to comply with in terms of making sure that they vacate their respective area that owned by the government that's supposed to be turned over to the new administration, whether it's the president, the vice president, and everybody else. So that document we'll read it in detail later on, or maybe tomorrow. But yet, what we just got is that Joseph Nima Buak, I think, I don't know, man, Steve, you know that Steve is wiretapping the people and stuff. Joseph Nima Buakai will immediately, after his inauguration, in his first 100 days, call on all sanctioned officials to comply with his Ministry of Justice to exonerate themselves from the allegations against them that led to the imposition of sanction against them by the United States of our government.
so
This information, it was sent to us that, and we were asked to talk about it, to say it, so that people can rest assured that if you are anybody, regardless of who you are, as long as you are sanctioned by the United States government, that Joseph Mabuakai, after the inauguration, he's going to ask you to comply with Ministry of Justice. That means what Joey didn't do, Joseph Boakai is poised to doing that and started right in the first 100 days. I think this is a welcoming news.
what?
Hopefully, we will dig deeper on this maybe tomorrow because
Yeah,
this
yeah.
information is coming, but we have to talk about it. It's very important. The reason why I'm even reading this information is because of the source it's coming from, because I believe it, and we have not gotten it wrong from this source before. So I think Joseph Baga people should be excited and they should be happy about this information. Steve,
Yes, Mr.
the
Kennedy.
reason why I say it looks like you can wiretap the people line, you were just talking about this before the information came in. What say you?
Mr. Kennedy, let me say this. Tomorrow we're expanding it, like you said. We want to continue the conversation tomorrow. Even when you open the lines for people to speak today. Tomorrow we'll go into a little detail, but let me give you all one or two background really quick from our end from SKTV. And we're not retracting anything, just for the record. We're not taking no news back, I will say here. Joseph Yuma Braka's visit to the US, the visit upon which he got sick and he was in Rhode Island in the hospital. When Joseph Boakai recovered and left the hospital in Rhode Island, Joseph Boakai had meetings. Let me tell you something, folks. We're not talking about your regular Liberia thing. That's not what we're discussing. We're discussing international, serious bilateral relationships, relationships that have the potential to support this government or to make this government unpopular in the first 60 days. Don't listen, because this is deeper and bigger than some of y'all. Part of those meetings that Joseph Boaga sat in, there were preconditions laid to him Nobody be around the bush, nobody fool around. Nobody beat around the bush and nobody fool around. One of the preconditions was the sanctioned officials must be held accountable. Not only that, one of the preconditions also, you're listening because this is critically important. This is critically important that the outgoing government must be held accountable for the money and all of the investments that came to Liberia on George Weah time. Any attempt for Joseph Human Boaga not to do that, it will be just a waving water pension. So, and the pension may not finish yet. Enough yet. So, one of the key people that Unity Party, you're listening to this, and I support Unity Party on it. One of the key persons that must be held accountable is Prince Dolphin. Yeah, you. Anyway, because kind of will stop there. Tomorrow we'll talk plenty. We'll talk big thing tomorrow. Big, humongous, gigantic thing. We'll talk it tomorrow. Continue with talk. It will be too big. So I support the we-are-led government. I mean, the we-are-led government, the Joseph Boaga-led government. I'm excited. I'm thrilled about the issue of justice and accountability. Let these people come and exonerate themselves. And I believe in this context, Mr. Connor, it was also pledged to the government, the incoming government on January 22nd, that should these people say that lie, the government can request evidences to substantiate these claims. Natana Mage was here in there talking, he was here in there talking, soliciting bribe. Mage was here in there, he was jet. He was here, he said, asking for bribe. Anything in our education. And I need to be made for education now. You will talk education that day. You're muted. You're muted.
Sorry. So you want me to send a communication to you for you to read
Yes.
it? Is too good.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most
Okay.
definitely.
So I'm going to forward this to you. It's about section 8 and section 9 that has to do with the transition between the incoming and outgoing government. Let me send to Steve right here.
Tomorrow,
I want to read it, but the way I can be squeezing my eye.
No, you will listen for tomorrow. Tomorrow,
No. Let's talk about it a little bit. Let me do this right here. Okay. Yeah, I already sent it to you. If you know Roger, I can read it.
No,
I'll be squeezing my eye to do it. You got it? See section 8, surrender of assets and services to be provided to the incumbent president and vice president. You got it? If you don't get it, I can read it. I'm just going to take my time to read it.
I can read it, but I'm saying I was reading it, but then you were talking.
Oh, okay. No, we're not hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Now you made me have to get off. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We're not hearing you now. You're kind of freezing. It looks like when you go to your phone and then the whole thing can freeze. So we're not hearing you. It's okay, Steve. I can do it. Yeah, we're not hearing anything. Your screen is kind of frozen right now. We're not hearing anything. Can you guys hear Steve? It looks like. Yeah, let me do it from here. So it says the incumbent president and vice president shall vacate their official offices and official residencies on or before the inauguration day. So Steve, you were not hearing me. What happened when you leave the screen?
Yes.
It freezes. So that's okay. Okay, let me read it from here. So it said the incumbent president and vice president shall vacate their official offices and official residences on or before inauguration day. Notwithstanding this provision, notwithstanding this provision, the JPTT, that is the Joint Committee, or Joint Committee on Transition, are working in collaboration with the appropriate agency of the government of Liberia, shall ensure the services are provided to them, which shall include, but not limited to, chauffeur driven vehicles, that means driver and the cars that are that the president uses, VIP protection EPS, and the police services, logistics, allowances, and any other benefit and services as may be determined by the JPTT. Section 9, non-tenure presidential appointees. Non-tenure presidential appointees shall be presumed to have resigned as of the date of the inauguration. Accordingly, the most senior civil servant at all ministries, agencies, commissions, and state-owned enterprises shall act as officers in charge pending the appointment of their successors. This executive order shall be taken shall take immediate effect, given under my hand and seal, the Republic of Liberia, this 22nd day of November 2023, signed President George Manawia. So what it's saying here is that on or before the 22nd, everything that belongs to the government, whether it's the office, whether it's the resident, that the president and vice president are using, should be turned over to the incoming government with no delay, and they should be ready to work with them. And they say anybody that were appointed by George Weah, so, except for the position that are tenure position, the position that say whether new president come, old president go, so long the tenure is not expired, they will remain in that position. That those people, them, the shadow people, everybody else that the president appointed, they will consider themselves resign on the inauguration day or before that day. After the inauguration, they are on a time finish. So long the president appoint you, you are out. Then the people that they call the top civil servants, let's say for example, the position that are not appointed position, but they are serving in those ministries and agencies. The top position that are not appointed by the president, those people who hold in the position, they will serve as in the position of their ministers, deputy ministers, and this and that, until the new president can make new appointments. I hope you're getting it. Those people who they are not appointed, but they are civil servants, the people that can be serving in those government, they go from one government to another. They are professional people. They are not appointed by anybody. They are there, maybe working for one government to another. They are not working for this government. Even they were there, even they were hired by George Weah, but so long those are not, presidential appointed position, people then can serve as, they can serve the position, then their boss men are going to leave until the new president can appoint new people. Then that's what this information is all about. So it's like if you are a government official, if you are minister, deputy minister, assistant minister, so long you were appointed by the president, by the 22nd, you must consider your position, resign. You already resigned from your position by default. So those people then who are top people then next to the appointed people, they will be taking over to run the ministries, to run the affairs of those agencies until the new president, Joseph Boakai, can appoint new people. I just wanted to clarify that. So
that
Steve, yeah.
somebody like Julie Andy, who is the
Yeah, so that means, oh, but Sarah is here. We forgot to bring Sarah on. Sarah, what happened? How did you get out? That was still forget about you. But you good?
Yeah, good. They were kind of frozen around.
Okay. So, in short, the new government, I think this is it, since Joseph Boakai was elected, since he was considered as president-elect, this is the second time I've heard some good news coming out of his office. Second time. First time when he had an interview in Washington, D.C., where he talked all the good things that his government will embark upon when he take office. And all the good things that he said that he will do when he takes office, those were good information, including access declaration, including audit. And the second good news that we just heard is Joseph Boakai saying that under his government, that in the first 100 days, all the people there that are sanctioned by the United States, that his Ministry of Justice, it means that they will investigate them. An investigation can lead to prosecution. Let's understand that. So this pronouncement alone kind of eliminates or clears some of the doubt when it comes to what's going to happen under Joseph Nima Boakai government when it comes to Prince Johnson, McGill, Betwawe, and all other people who are sanctioned by the United States. It also gave hope to people who actually want to see justice being served in Liberia. It also opens the door for a working relationship or for a collaborative effort from the Liberian government to the United States government. Remember, when Joseph Nima Boakai came, even when he was elected, 3 senators, key players, including Cory Booker and Senator Kuhn from Delaware, they said, do you welcome Joseph Nima Boakai? And they remind Joseph Nima Boakai of the bilateral relationship between the United States and Liberia, that they are willing to foster that working relationship contingent upon the fight against corruption, the fight against human rights violators, and good governance. And Joseph Boakai had a conversation with them. So if Joseph Nima Boakai would get anything from the United States, should Joseph Nima Boakai government expect any collaboration or funding or financial support from the United States government, he must comply with those demands. And those demands are very simple. Take yourself from the picture. Joseph Nima Boakai is not doing it. It will be the justice ministry, the justice system If Joseph Nimo Boakai can own it, separate himself from the justice system, everything will be good and nobody will blame him for anything. Because the law is his law. And the laws are enforced by the government. And not only by the government, but government agencies that are clothed with the authority to do so. So if just remember can only, allow the Ministry of Justice or the justice system to work independently of the executive, of the presidency, then of course, just remember guy have no question to answer. All you need to do, allow the justice system to work. And that will be starting on a very good footing. I think today is a good day for Joseph Nima Boakai incoming government. This announcement, this pronouncement, it means a lot. Is this Uncle Pete?
I beg you, I hold your feet. I like to hold your feet. The topic you are discussing is so important for the Liberian people. And I just want to talk for 2 seconds.
Go ahead.
You have broadcasted. I ask Allah to bless you people who are doing these, disseminating the information. Because Liberia is in the intensive care unit. We are challenging America. America coming up and sanctioning corrupt people in our country. We are electing our senators and representatives. We are throwing Liberia backward. We are challenging the great America. I want Liberians to know that America is the greatest nation on earth, the most powerful nation on earth. We cannot afford to challenge America. America is our big brother. Our relationship with America, it is very, very vital. So it is very necessary for Joseph Boakai to investigate, to send it to the Justice Ministry, all those that are sanctioned by the American government to give account, and it should be a consequence. That way, we have a better relationship with America. There is a possibility if Joseph Boakai will even do that, America will increase our aid to Liberia by paving our roads to our counties, and we do not need to push cars to our counties. So thank you very much. Elaborate on it. Speak on it. Allah will bless you people who are disseminating the information. But I want to tell the Liberian people, we are challenging America. We cannot afford to challenge America. By electing the essential people in positions, it is very, very denigrating and challenging to America. Thank you, Sekou. This is Uncle Pete, the man for all the counties.
Uncle Pete, thank you. So, I will say this, and I will go to Saros to get his perspective on this. It's one thing to say something; it's quite another thing to act on it. And I want Joseph Nima Boakai government, incoming government, to understand that you cannot play politics with the United States. This should not be just a lip service. When they say it, they should mean it. Because you cannot just play just for the optics, just to satisfy the people that will be watching and seeing some action. But then deep down behind the scene, you are working with the same people, to let them go free. If you're going to investigate and you want to ensure some to ensure some level of credibility, you must be open-minded. You must be transparent. You should allow the process to play itself. You cannot play game with America. I can tell you that. If you think, like I said, this is the good news. But the good news will be worth it. The good news will be important. The good news will yield dividends if you mean well. Can we trust them? Can we trust them? Are they going to be honest? Are they going to be transparent? Are they going to be open with this process? Or they just want to play a game? I think we should hold them at face value. Let's watch and see how the process will be. So let's take Ben and then I'll go to Saros. Ben, how are you doing, sir?
I am doing okay. Thanks for having me. So I would like to this one. I will remain pessimistic on this one again because I know because of what has happened before. I think this is going to be another game because here is what I think is going to be a game. And until they can prove me wrong, I will still maintain that it will be a game. Because one thing we should know that the letter didn't say how this person will be carried out. Because you must understand that there were two groups of people that were sanctioned on two different times. And we know that the first group, one of those persons happened to be a supporter of Joseph Braga. The second group happened to be mostly from Georgia time. Now, the question we should ask ourselves, where do you begin? Do you go and start from Georgia people or you start from Prince Johnson?
They said, if I can answer you, they said, all.
Yeah.
All me, it might be done simultaneously. You don't have to go by systematic order. All you need to do, they can just send out open investigation and open invite to all of them. You are invited to appear or to cooperate with the Justice Ministry for an investigation on the sanction or on whatever issues or allegations that led to you being sanctioned by the United States. I think it should go across the board. They should not cherry pick. Okay. They should not start from behind to back. They should not start from front to back. They should just do everything simultaneously. We have enough people. That work for the Justice Ministry. They can even assign 3 or 5 people on individual people that are sanctioned to be investigated. I think they have enough manpower to do that.
All right. So then here is my last piece, because I think I don't want the U.S. to be a little bit like trying to be unjust to the Braga administration, because those evidence that are posted in the on the U.S. website, America knows nobody can ever go to jail for those accusations anywhere in America. Nowhere. You can never go to jail for Prince Johnson. If Prince Johnson was an American, the allegations that they were against Prince Johnson, those things cannot put you in jail in America without the evidence. So I hope the Braga team or the Braga Justice Ministry will ask for some of these documents that they have, for which they are accusing these people, so that it just don't be a blind. Don't just say Prince Johnson did paper play. We must see something. We must see evidence as to where the paper play was. And this thing should not be hidden documents. It should be things that all of us to see. In as much as we want Prince Johnson to go to jail, we must make sure that these documents must be made public so that we can see it. Because if we accept any wrong, if we present anything wrong to happen, it means that anybody can also do it the next time. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. My people, you're calling, but we'll hold the call for now and let's hear from Saros. All the Saros being patient. And Steve said you did a new haircut because of the inauguration, and I can see you shining. You looking sharp. And yeah, so we're gonna have to talk later on after the show. We just as promised yesterday. Yeah, so we got some stuff going on here. We will take care of it right after the show. So yes,
Okay.
those who actually want to contribute to our platform to help us, cover the inauguration, you are more than welcome to send us your, whatever contribution you get. We will appreciate it. Yeah. So before I take this caller, I want you to give me your perspective about this whole thing.
So, Mr. Kane, like you rightly said, Washington is not the place you will play politics or the people you want to play politics. The U.S. government has been a long-term traditional ally to America, and that bilateral relationship. If Washington government wants to succeed, I don't think you want to play any kind of politics or you want to play the play ball games around with Washington because he knows the power and he's been in government with the former president, Mana Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and he knows how the U.S. government works. According to Waka has been in government, the president elect for over 40 years plus, so he definitely knows how it works. And like you said, I think the Waka government should extend an open invitation and not to make this whole investigation more selective, beginning with the CDC, I think sanction lawmakers. All of those lawmakers who have been sanctioned. And I think one of the best ways to start the investigation is by those senators and representatives who are in the House who has placed these people on various committee, like a Prince Johnson on internal affairs. What does Prince Johnson brings to the Senate, the 55th Senate, when he is a sanction lawmaker? What does Nathaniel McGill bring to the table as a lawmaker or a senator for Margibi County on education when he's chairman on education, when he is a sanction lawmaker? So I think the 55th legislature should do us due diligence by asking the people, because if I can vividly recall, if you will retrospect, uh, the U.S. government frowned on Prince Johnson doing in uh, doing George Weah, the outgoing president, the 54th the 54th legislature when Prince Johnson was appointed on security on the committee as chairman on security. They frowned it, and Prince Johnson were removed from that committee with immediate effect. So I think the 55th legislature should be doing the citizen due diligence, and the Joseph Boakai government, if they're serious, let all the sanctions people relinquish their very position on all committees because they fit not to be on committee while they are on sanction, while they are ongoing sanction by the U.S. government. And again, let the Joseph Boakai government make this thing, not selective. Let it be in hold because justice should not be selective, and they should not be given to play the labyrinth people. Boakai government, one of the sole focus on his mantra has been audit, has been bringing perpetrators, especially people who are stolen from Liberia, who have, exploited this country, has been to bring them to justice, that they will pay for their action, that these perpetrators, that impunity will not be a form of, culture in our society anymore. So it is a good news. I do, is welcoming, but it should not be selective, and the Waka government should not make this a politics. And again, they should not take Washington to be played. Because if the Joseph Waka government want to succeed, I bet they will not want to play politics with Washington. America is not a country that you play politics with and you think you can succeed. Because America got a lot of allies and they know how to shrunk it. They should ask the outgoing government how it works for them. So, and it should be more selective. It should not be politics. this should not be something that, okay, becoming a fool of Liberian people, because the Liberian people, they are expecting, like I said, they are expecting. Liberians are not lowering their expectation. This is the reason I think this whole inauguration do not have the due it should have. So the people cannot wait that the Baka government takes it to do what it promised the Liberian people that they're going to do. So, Mr. Kanye, we are not lowering our expectation in terms of justice. We don't want selective justice. Let it be collective, let it go across, and everybody should pay it. Yeah, so that's my take.
Thank you so much, Saros, and thank you everybody for following SKTV. We want to encourage you to share the show. If you're just joining us, this is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. With me today is my colleague, Saros Snell Mane. As you can see, he is very brilliant, smart, and intelligent. Let's go to the line here. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? 763 number.
Hey, brother Sekou, how are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. What is your name, sir? And where are you calling from?
My name is Pastor Joel Cummings.
Pastor Joel Cummings. My own brother from all the way back on Johnston Street.
Yeah.
My brother, how you doing, man? What's going on? It's been a minute.
I'm okay. I'm doing great. And I want to say good afternoon to you, your viewers and listeners.
Thank you.
I hope this year you will work on our callback system.
Definitely, I will.
The election is over now. So
I will add that to my New Year resolution. I apologize and I'll work on it.
Okay, but here's two things I want to bring to this discord, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first thing here is the reason why I don't think that the Unity Party government will want to play a ball game with the U.S. is this. One, go back to the issue that led to Charles Taylor going to
The Hague.
The first thing first is this, and that's what, as a student of history and somebody who follow a lot of these things, I always go back, then come forward. When Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf met members of the MPP at the time, they had an agreement that their good friend and brother was not going to go anywhere. It turned out that Charles Taylor was arrested. He ended up in Sierra Leone to the Hague. And let's look at what led to Charles Taylor going to the Hague. It was not a ball game between Obasanjo and that of George Bush. Obasanjo was not prepared to play the ball game. Madam Sirleaf was not prepared to play a political ball game. At first, she started with a political ball game when she and the MPP people met at the executive mansion. Quote me on this. They had a gentleman agreement. That agreement never hold water. They wanted to play politics. But then when it comes to the U.S., you know you can't play politics when your domestic policy is not strong to supersede that of your international policy. So Madam Sirleaf had to play ball with the U.S. government, not playing a selective justice thing now. Then we go back to prior to Kofi Annan's Ban Ki-moon visit to Liberia. Kofi Annan took the Security Council to task for continuously placing individual Liberians on traveling ban and access free, and without them giving an opportunity to go to court to accelerate themselves. The legislature and the government at the time, our lawmakers at the time and the government were playing ball game. It turned out that they played a fine game because Madam Sirleaf at the time was the darling of the West. But unlike Joseph Yema Boaka, when you look across the aisle, I can tell you free of charge, I'm not a UP partisan. I'm not partisan for nobody. But somebody who followed this situation, I can tell you free, Sekou, the Unity Party-led government will not want to play ball game with the U.S. in its embryo stages like this. Remember what I said. Ban Ki-moon, prior to Ban Ki-moon's visit, Kofi Annan took the Security Council to tax. This thing led Cyril Allen, all the other guys, saying they were challenging the U.S. government, all those who kept them on traveling there from access free to go to court to exonerate themselves, which of course they were never given a time to go to court to exonerate themselves. So it is incumbent now upon those who are on sanction now to make themselves available per this announcement, to make themselves available and go to court to exonerate themselves. So nobody should see it as if it's going to play a political ball game. Because if you follow the Charles Taylor scenario and you follow the scenario of the MPP-led government officials, then you will understand that it's hard to play this kind of ball game with the U.S. in its embryo stages.
Okay, that's a very good observation, and I hope they will do that, and that makes sense to me. And as always, my brother, I will work on my calling back.
Yeah, why don't you call back?
Definitely, I'll call you back today. You got me on that, my brother. Yeah, Sharif,
Yes, sir.
welcome to SKTV. What say you?
Well, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I want to say this is a good news. Even though the expectation of this execution is really low from my end, because of the precedent, our people always say, the Christmas that will be sweet, you will know from the east. Therefore, I'm not saying it will not happen, but don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? Because what we're looking at here, I think there's more at stake in this government if they tend to protect those sanctions officials. But my thing is, people are looking at it. Those people that are sanctioned, are they all not the government? I mean, in the House of Representatives and Senate? I mean, only few, so these people are the ones that make laws, and most of them are the ones that even give Senator Young leader position in the Senate. And these guys got to wait. Now, Magay is he is a session official serving as a committee chairman. Prince Johnson, who made President-elect Joseph Walker president today, serving as a committee member, and so on. I think it's going to be difficult, but it's not impossible. I would look forward to giving Mr. Walker a chance to see what he would do. But I think it's a bluff, though. Yeah.
It's a bluff to you?
Yeah, for me, yeah. I think
All right.
it's a bluff.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I personally think that we should give them the benefit of the doubt. And let's take this call over here. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? 518 number. Last 4 digits 9623.
Yes, people.
Yeah.
How are you, man?
I'm doing great. What is your name and where are you calling
Happy
from?
New Year to you.
Happy New Year, my brother.
Yeah, my name is Boy Solo, and I call you from New York.
Boy Solo, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, Sekou. Let me say this to you guys. We all wishing for like brother move forward. But I can see with the mentality we like brother that in the US here, and some that in Liberia, with the mentality we have, I can see like brother going nowhere. This is my reason. I want to ask you this question right now, Sekou. Right now, you got. I'm gonna ask you this question. You answer me, and I'm gonna move forward to the next topic.
Go ahead.
You got President Trump, right?
Mm-hmm.
Indicted for a whole lot of different crimes, and regional corruption and other stuff. This man is still running to be a U.S. president. Why the U.S. government is doing all this, the House of Representatives, all the Supreme Court doing to stop them and say you're not capable and you will not be able to take part in our election. What are they doing?
What are they doing?
Yeah.
They are doing a lot. Such as they launched initial investigation.
Yeah.
That investigation, they saw a probable cause. And that led to a lot of things, including seizures of things from Donald Trump's home. And currently, Donald Trump is being investigated for the action that they did by the federal government. And Donald Trump, in fact, is already in court. And they cannot stop Donald Trump until he is found guilty. But what is important is, in fact, they are carrying on the process and the investigation is ongoing, and the man is in court. Now you have a special prosecutor, special counsel was appointed by the government so that it will not seem like they are somehow weaponizing the government to fight their opponent. That's why they appointed a special counsel to investigate and prosecute Donald Trump and whoever that were involved with him. So when Donald Trump is found guilty, then the law will determine whether or not this man is qualified to run or contest for anything. Unlike Liberia, no investigation, no anything, nothing whatsoever, and people will let go. And until you can have a reason to stop somebody legally, you have no ground to stop them. So that's why United States representative in Liberia, they said they expected, they were disappointed in Jamhuriya government for their failure not to launch investigation into the people that were sanctioned by the United States. And they said if they were asked to provide evidence, they say we will assist in the process. It means that they will provide some evidence into that process. So to answer your question, what the United States is doing, United States is not only have not even investigated Donald Trump, but Donald Trump being prosecuted. You saw Donald Trump mugshot was taken for some of the crime committed during the last election. So in short, United States is working and they're doing something about the crimes committed. Until he can be proven guilty, they cannot stop the man from running for president.
Thank you, Sekou. Then why is it, are we complaining, even though I don't like Prince Johnson and other people, why are we complaining about Prince Johnson when they are not being investigated by any law of our country?
So that's why you're right. That's why people who have personal issue with Prince Johnson will always go at Prince Johnson regardless, as if to say Prince Johnson is the only warlord, right? However, people who are calling for justice, they are calling for justice holistically, not just Prince Johnson. And they are calling for initial investigation and possible prosecution for the alleged crime committed, so they can have their day in court, so they can be able to exonerate themselves. But in the absence of investigation, proper investigation and prosecution, people will always, be calling people criminals, warlords, and this and that. But people are calling for, the system to work. People are not calling to just grab people and put you in jail.
Sekou, this is my question. I'm not looking at the criminal aspect. We are complaining their own committee, they're not supposed to be there. There is no court of communal jurisdiction that convicted them of any crime.
No, I think, yeah, I understand that point, but with Prince Johnson, I understand the point, but let me tell you, with Prince Johnson case, in terms of being on the committee, Prince Johnson was visible, was seen openly on camera, instructing people to slay the ear of a former president, to kill a president. So listen. Those things don't require a court to tell you that this man is a murderer. So based on that, United States was so front on this man, seeing this man is accused of killing those Americans that were killed. This man was seen on camera. My man, let me finish. When I finish, I don't want you to cut me off when I'm talking. Yeah, but you won't make sure, because listen, I'm myself saying Prince Johnson and everybody else deserve to have their day in court. But since you mentioned Prince Johnson as case study, Prince Johnson case is different from anybody killed in Liberia, because the man was seen openly on camera committing a crime.
Yeah, and they see Prince Johnson, man, was seen openly on camera and in the face of people communicating with the U.S. embassy, killing our people. You understand? Let's try to be real. I listen to you say the prosecution against humanity. Right now, as we speak, my brother, your Muslim brother is dying in what Israel is doing in the place there, and America is sitting and doing nothing. Carry on human rights violation, but it's going on other people pushing that they know that they're not in work and that they can just do anything to. Who's one of the leader in Israel or the defense minister or Benjamin Yeshua Yahuda and America ever come out with session? Which one of them? Today, it takes for Africa to go sue Israel to the international court. It takes for Africa to go sue Israel against humanity.
So listen now. Saying she want to make it short. Saying she want to make it short. So what's the point? What is the point? What is the point trying to raise here?
I listen to the sister say human rights violation. Other people like the section. Show me the human rights violation that Jemasi Koti, Make, Lisa, the man, and they all got to carry on against our people that they say they pose the section of the human rights violation. Show me that. When we got Israel murdering people on a daily basis, that they never came up with one section one day or any official for the Israeli government. Look at
you got 30 seconds. We gotta go.
Look, America will not do nothing for Liberia. America will leave Liberia as a slave country. If we, the Liberian in this country, we cannot put our mentality to do better for our country. America doesn't want to see Liberia developing. They gave $1 trillion to Ukraine. How much America giving you? First of all, your army, the only weapon is carrying like AK. But America carry bazooka and thing, jet to Ukraine and giving it to them free. Come on, Sierra Leone, when the guys strong people to Ghana, they can invade our country because they got the military capability and the equipment.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Anytime. I think he was making some points, but the thing is, it's kind of hard to make the comparison or comparative analysis measuring the situation in Liberia to that of the United States and Israel. First of all, Israel is so powerful. Israelis are powerful. To be president in America without the support of the Jewish community is difficult. Secondly, Israel received the highest military support from the United States than any other country around the world. Thirdly, America's interest in Israel is paramount. I'm on the show, okay? So everyone who understands the global politics, you cannot make any comparison to America's interest in Israel to that of Liberia. Secondly, America does not have that much of interest in Liberia. Liberians in America and around the world are the one calling on America to help them bring justice into their country. If America actually was doing this for herself, America would have arrested Prince Johnson a long time ago. Because Prince Johnson was accused of killing American nuns. They would have done that a long time ago. So let's not confuse ourselves. Not because America is not doing a certain thing, then we should allow injustice or criminals to continue to dominate our space. Not because Paul is doing wrong thing, then we should allow the wrong thing to happen in our country. No. In fact, if we Liberians, we were serious about justice, we do not need America. We do not need International Criminal Court. We don't need anybody to intervene on our behalf. We do have a justice system. We do have laws on the books. When implemented, Liberia will see justice. But because of our inability to administer the laws that we have, our inability to live by the rules and bylaws, our inability to be law-abiding citizens and respect for our Constitution. That's why people are calling on America. Do you think if we're going to go by the TRC recommendation, we'll be here? The same people that are supposed to be investigated, people that are supposed to be bound, people that are supposed to be restricted, were the same people that were given the authority to make decisions whether or not we should have justice. Like Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, like Payne Johnson, George Bulley, and the rest of the people. So it seems like we are a country that cannot help ourselves. So the common Liberian, ordinary Liberians are saying, since we can't help ourselves, we are calling on America to come and help us. So America is not just in Liberia because they want to be in Liberia, but Liberians are asking for it. And beyond that, America invested billions of dollars to bring peace to Liberia. Somebody can say, well, America helped to bring war to Liberia. America, they want a free Charles Taylor. America did not go to Liberia to shoot people. Liberians shoot Liberians. Liberians slaughter Liberians. Liberians use their tribe, their religion, and hate for each other to slaughter each other. America did not go to Liberia to go kill Liberians. America had problem with those, but it was Liberians that went to Libya to train, to come and kill their own Liberians. It was Liberians that went to Burkina Faso. Go and watch Charles Taylor prosecution in The Hague. Go and listen how he chronicled everything that happened and how it happened and why they happened. So Liberians cannot blame America for our creating problem for ourselves. We are our own problem. We have been our own problem. Now, American involvement should be embraced by all well-meaning Liberians who wants to see justice in Liberia. Just want to respond to the brother. You may have some points when it comes to American foreign policy and the way they do things. The war itself is not fair. Look at Ukraine. Do you know how many people have been killed in Ukraine? In as much as America is defending Ukraine, fighting Ukraine somehow, but look at what happened. When 200 people were kidnapped, about 1,100 people got killed in Israel. You know how many people have been killed in that place now? More than 100,000 people have been killed in Israel. You know, when they went to Israel, I mean, in this place, in Palestine. So all these things, even the United States government, they fight for support. The Republicans want some money in the bill, in the budget to support Israel. Democrats want some money in the budget to send some support for Ukraine. Politics is politics. Politics is interest. But Liberia as a country, we Liberian ourselves, we are our own problem. And American involvement with Liberia is also being called by Liberians themselves. All the sanctions you can hear, we the seen Liberian people there that support that, signaling the American people about what's happening in our country. So don't blame America. Before you blame people who are fighting corruption, before you blame people who are fighting, perpetrators, blame the corrupt people. Tell them to stop the corruption. Tell the people to stop being corrupt. Tell them to start killing our people. Tell them to stop doing all the wrong things. America will not come there. So, Saros.
Yeah. So, Mr. Kane, yeah, let me just add up. That color you were just making me laugh when you talk about why people like Koji were sanctioned for human rights violation. Where were he when Koji Ni ran for 5 straight years in this country? When Koji got power drunk, the Yeke Koluba, the district 10 lawmaker, and the Yeke Koluba incident when he had the party for the kids. Didn't you see how it was rained? Didn't you see the kind of people? Most of the places, especially the COP days, we saw Koji live with all the notorious you can think about, all the incidents, and you telling me that why they send you Koji.
Oh, Saros,
Yeah, and you're telling me that why they send you Koji for human rights violation. Even the Nathaniel Magay, you telling me that we should not play when Magay told Liberian in the faces of Liberian that stealing is not even a problem once you're using the money in the country. Mr. Kane, some Liberians are not even serious. Seriously, some Liberians are not serious. And like you said, America is not the one. Liberians continue to request for American help. Because the thing is, the saddest thing is, Liberians continue to elect the very people who are stealing. How can the people who stealing, who are exploiting Liberians and imposing hardship on these people be prosecuting themselves? How can that happen? So Liberians are the one who been demanding American help. So let the caller go sleep, and he should be happy that America coming to help Liberia. And that's what Liberians need. So he should go and sleep, Mr. Kane.
Thank you. I didn't want to actually respond to that part as to why they were sanctioned and why they were accused of human rights violations. The reason why I didn't want to talk about that is that the United States that placed the sanction on the people are telling you, if you investigate or possibly persecute the people, we will help you in providing evidence. What else do you want? Initiate the process that could lead to prosecution, or maybe the initial investigation, there's no, in legal term they call it prima facie or probable cause. If there's nothing as such, it may not even go for prosecution. Legal minds will always tell you that you have to follow the due process. Due process means first open an investigation. Investigate the process. Through the investigation, you will see something that they call probable cause. Like I said, I'm now a legal practitioner, but they call it prima facie or probable cause that will lead to opening or prosecution. Because what happened, the investigation will lead them to finding a probable cause. They will say, you know what, there's something here. Then they will dig deeper. They will find proof. They will find something they call evidence that will lead to something or somebody that they will first consider as persons of interest. While they're doing that, Why they're doing that, when they invite those people for investigation, talking to them, getting some witnesses involved, that can also open up or lead to some evidence, some proof that yes, indeed, crime or crimes were committed. That will lead now to prosecution. It's called due process. But in Liberia, we don't even do anything as such. Once you are connected to the government, once you are connected to well-connected and well-placed people in our country, once you have money, you are above the law. Nobody investigates you. Nobody investigates you, and you are even big to be prosecuted. That is the difference. So even making some comparative analysis with the United States, you can't even find your step where to go with it, because we do not even follow due process. We judge people based on your status, who you are. That's why the famous saying in Liberia is, you know who you're talking to? You know who am I? You know who you're playing with? It means that I am above the law. I am bigger than anything else. I don't have to respect the law. I don't have to respect human rights. I don't have to respect the right of the other people, because who am I? You know who am I? It means that I'm bigger than the law. I cannot be prosecuted. I cannot be investigated. Prince Johnson, for example, Prince Johnson defending his role, saying that he was defending his own people. You know, the only thing that can really bring that to light, to find out actually he was actually defending his people, and he has the right to do that under the law, something they call self-defense. If that's what he was doing, that can only be clear by investigation. And through that investigation, they found out that no, the mayor, even though he started defending himself, but he went beyond self-defense, he committed some crime, then that will lead to what? Prosecution. You see that? So you can say you will do self-defense, that's fine, and self-defense, and then something happened, that is a probable cause. Whatever happened that led to murdering other people, that opens the room for investigation. Why investigating you when they found out that yes, indeed, you were engaged in some sort of self-defense, but you crossed the line, you violated other people's rights, then definitely you will be open to investigation and possible prosecution. And we are prosecuted when they found out that you actually committed a crime, then the people will make decision on you. If you are guilty, the law will take a course. So let's take a few calls here. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? Send me 63 number.
Hey, Brother Simple, this is Pastor Cummins again.
Go ahead, sir.
You know, one thing the caller missed is that the recent investigation or sanction issue has nothing to do with what happened during the heat of the civil crisis. Even if you go back to the 5 Cali nuns that were killed on the Somalia Drive in the Gardnersville community, that case, even the FBI kind of dodged to have a closure on the case. So that case was still hanging in limbo. They haven't come up with anything. There was no conclusion on the, if you even listen to the exclusive with Amos Sawyer, Ellen Johnson Shalif, there was no closure on that case as to whether it was Christopher Vambo or that of Prince Johnson. But the recent document, the announcement you read, has to do with something recent that occurred last year. And then he's saying that this is the reason why Liberia will not improve. But here's something to also help the brethren. When you go to the testimony of Ambassador Cohen, who was the chief negotiator between the late Samuel Doe and that of Castleton, the war actually came to an end in Butuo. But like you rightly stated, it was Liberians in the diaspora at the time that were calling for the continuation of the war because they felt that the people were being killed or that Samuel Doe should leave. So Ambassador Cohen was told to stand down and let the war continue. Sometimes these guys, when they're providing information when you provide information to them, they don't listen to the information. They get sentimental because either they were supporting a particular candidate or supporting a government or supporting based on ethnicity or religious background. They just run with it on take another state. That document you read has to do with something that transpired last year.
Yeah.
Now he's talking about something that have not gotten a full closure yet. It will only take the Catholic Church, and which of course Mark of Francis they lived, and few other people decided to take on that case, but the FBI they never came up with a full closure on the case as to what I said earlier on with Christopher Vamble or that of Prince Johnson. So I just wanted to buttress what you said earlier on.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that buttress. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. So yes, Cyrus, most of our people do not understand what really happened in our country. And many of them are so sentimental, they only pay attention to their gut. They only pay attention to their feelings. They only pay attention to their loyalty. They only pay attention to the, that sense of belonging. I belong to this tribe. I belong to this county. I belong to this party. But they don't look at the bigger picture. They blind themselves to seeing the reality. And when it comes to justice in Liberia, every single Liberian should embrace it. This is not only about the past, but if justice is administered properly, it will stop. There will be criminals. There will be perpetrators of war. It will prevent them from doing it again. And those who are even thinking about it, they will be scared. They say, if I do this, Liberian people will not let it go. They will not even support me. Or even if I succeed, eventually I will be prosecuted. Then whatever action that you thinking about taking, it will be of no significance. Because eventually, you're not going to benefit anything but prosecution, to go to jail for your action. So this is not, that's why I don't even want people to think like, when you talk about or talking about, justice, war and economic crimes court, and any form of justice, people should actually bring Prince Johnson to the picture. This is not about Prince Johnson. This is about Liberia and the Liberian people. This is about setting a precedent, setting an example that tomorrow somebody who would think about doing what Prince Johnson, Charles Taylor, and other people did can also see reason to say, no, what, I can't do this again. I know what happened to those that did it. In fact, having war and economic crimes court or holding people accountable for what they did, you know what it also do for Liberia and Liberian people? It eliminates the mindset that we should be embracing bad people. Because what happened, if you are celebrating Prince Johnson, if you are celebrating Charles Taylor, if you are celebrating all of warlords who are boastful for what they did to Liberia and the Liberian people, if you see them going to jail, you're not going to be celebrating them. You will say, well, I think they did a bad thing. So we're not supposed anybody that will do similar to what these guys did. But if we allow everybody to just flow, do whatever they want to do, and people are there celebrating their own criminals, calling them heroes, calling them liberators, at the end of the day, somebody else will be happy to do the same thing. So tomorrow, they too can be called hero. They can be called liberators. They can be called leaders. They can be called father, political godfather. So people should actually embrace the idea of justice, regardless of your connection, your relationship with the perpetrators. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So that's
So
what I'm going to say.
yeah, so Mr. Kane, let me just add up in addendum to this whole justice thing. You know, a lot of Liberians are their problem when I say this is a lot of Liberians do not read. A lot of Liberians do not read with comprehension. A lot of Liberians do not do, a research. And you see the whole war economic crime code, the moment they hear war and economic crime code, they extract the economic crime code and then only the war crime. They can, so at the moment they hear war and economic crime code, that's where all of them get in their feelings because they believe that only people who fought war. The economic crime code is one of the most essential crime code that should be in a country. Because you know why? All of these people who are in the house of legislature, who has the power but do not utilize this power is because they steal from the Liberian people and work with impunity. Let me tell you, if we have an economic crime code in this country, we now have people Nathaniel McGill doing a whole race burial, who will bury his late mother on the whole lot with in an apartment, putting current order. We now have a Samuel telling us that 25 million mop up SSI were in breach, 27 million road fund who now be accounted to, 16 billion dollars. They said they put it in, they give it a money changer. I mean, like, the people do not know the importance of what economic crime code. They do not know the importance of the economic crime code. The economic crime code will restore when these corrupt people, when their property are confiscated, it will be to the benefit of Liberian people. Why? Because that is state resources that were used. And when it comes to the essentiality of the war crime code, let me tell you, one of the reasons you see a lot of bitterness in our country is because people are still bitter with people who dare ransom killing to their family member, and they see these people walking. These people are walking freely, and these people continue to perpetrate acts, and they continue to go. They continue to go with impunity. Impunity has become a culture and a tradition, and when these people are penalized, it will be serving as a deterrent that other people will not be able to perpetrate these crimes. And people do not know the essentiality of these things. So they extract the economic crime code and they only think about the war crime code, and you see them getting their feelings and emotions. And these are the problems. And the war and economic crime code is very essential to this country, Mr. Kane, because the war and economic crime code will bring reconciliation. Because when people are punished for their acts, you will see people even start being scared, and they will think government people they will start to being scared of going to government. The reason you see a lot of people putting in government is because they see government as an art of enriching themselves quicker and working with impunity, because why? They steal from the state and they go with impunity. So Liberians should be embracing the kind of thing, and Liberian needs to get their act together, Mr. Khan, that we can move this country forward. So that was just my take I wanted to.
That is a very good point, and we will actually expand on these things moving forward, maybe tomorrow and the days to come. And I want to be very clear: we are not against Joseph Boakai. Trust me. If you have good information, good news for Joseph Boakai, send it to us. We'll talk about it. If you got bad information about Joseph Boakai, send it to us. We'll talk about it. Not Joseph Boakai alone. Anybody. You got good news, we are the good news carrier. You got bad news, we will carry anything you bring to us. as long as factual, as long as based on making Liberia better, we'll put it out there. So some people will be surprised. Oh, what are you guys talking about? We're talking good thing about Joseph Nmabaga. It doesn't mean this thing is just it's just it's just something that they said that they were going to do, right? We don't know whether they will do it yet, but we have to take it at face value, believing that they will do it. If they don't do it, then definitely we'll come back here again and hold them accountable for not respecting their words. So yes, those of you who are willing to support us towards the inauguration, do it through Cash App or Zelle. So we also want to inform you that, to tell you, we promise you that we are very serious about the radio station project. We have opened an account. Anyway, let me tell you, guys, there's something, maybe I've not said this before to you guys. SKTV, we are legally registered institution in the state of Arizona, in the United States of America. So we have acquired a bank account under the institution's name, SKTV. When you see it, you're going to say SKTV LLC. LLC means a business being separated from the individual. Let's say if I'm in some legal trouble, financial trouble, whatever it is, they're not going to, government will not go and take over the business. I'm separated. If I whatever probably I get into by myself, then my own problem there. The government will not go and take the organization or the institution's money because of Sekou Kenny or because of Steve or because of John or Paul. SKTV is legally registered entity. If you want to find out, you want to make sure, go and check it out. We have article of organization for SKTV. Registered tax-paying institution in the state of Arizona. And SKTV is doing a lot of things in Liberia. We're not going to disclose everything going on right now. We'll disclose a lot of things to you, but we are doing great. Your support is not in vain, believe me. And we are hoping to bring a lot of people on board. The idea of SKTV is not just about money. That is the mindset I want you to understand. It's not about what we're going to get today. Anyway, Sarah, take over for a second. I got to take up some issue right here in this place in a minute.
So yes, like Mr. Kana was saying, so this whole SKTV, like we say, SKTV is the Liberian people own now. This is the Liberian people mouthpiece, and we all know SKTV has been around. A lot of our, stone supporters, people who have been with SKTV, 5 years of SKTV. I mean, you understand that SKTV has been around. SKTV has been consistent with all of. Who told you people haven't been reaching out to Mr. Cannon, to Steve, and to other guys? Like Mr. Cannon said, regarding LRB, we're working on a lot of things. We've been working on it, and I've been in Liberia running after a lot of things here regarding SKTV. So you should not worry. We'll not be telling you that we want to bring radio station to Liberia and will not be legal. So this thing, when you see Mr. Cannon say, let's support SKTV, we mean it. This is the revolution station. This is the medium of information dissemination. We bring factual information. We bring information that will benefit the Liberian people. So this is the reason when we ask you to support SKTV, we mean it. Support SKTV, and SKTV is credible. That's one thing I can tell you. I can vouch. Mr. Kane, I've been knowing him for the past 7 to 8 years now. He's very reliable, and Steve and all of our SKTV family. So this thing is not about one person. This is about Liberia. This is Liberian people. Take SKTV to be your own, and let make dream come to reality. Let revolutionize our people. Let continue to educate the people. There are a lot of people who listen to SKTV, a lot more. And this is the reason we need to bring radio and TV stations to the country. Not because you want to benefit Cyrus, not because you want to benefit Godina or Seku or Steve, but because you want the information that will educate a lot of Liberians to the reality and opening their minds.
Yep.
This is the
So,
reason we
Sarah,
need to make
Sarah,
SKTV.
Sarah, thank you, my man. Thank you, for making it clear to our people. Yesterday I was talking to a lady yesterday, very resourceful lady. And she was telling me some project that she was undertaking in Liberia. Then when it came to the radio station conversation, she told me, Sekou, let me tell you something. We are all ready to support this initiative. Whether shareholder, stakeholder, partnership, whatever we can do. She said, we know these things don't come with money right at the door. We know you guys are sacrificing your time and resources as well. So all of us that we want to be a part of it, we're not doing it just because of the money right away. She said we are doing it because what we see in it, because what we envision Labrador to be in the future. Because we want to be a part of the decision-making process of our country. Because we want our voices to be heard. She even said that, Sekou, I just want something that will be for nobody, that will be for Liberia. And she said that's why I gravitated towards SKTV. Because you guys criticize everybody, even people that we think you can support, but you can criticize everybody. She said we don't have that in Liberia. You either for or against. You either support the government or you are against the government. Like, for example, today we were sending the information that we receive while we're on the show. It benefits, it's good information about the incoming government. We allow that to even take over the entire conversation because it's the good news. And that's what we want in Liberia. So SKTV is not about individual. It's not about any group of individuals, that should benefit from SKTV. We think SKTV should benefit Liberia and Liberians as a whole. So I have few names of people that have pledged to be a part of our fundraiser project fundraising process for the radio project. So again, if you are still interested in being part of that, please reach out, send us, inbox, text message, just send us like I want to be a part with your phone number, because we're going to be sending out information for a meeting to have a conversation where we'll be entertaining opinions, views, suggestions, whatever you can provide. We'll also be taking pledges from people who we pledge to support SKTV. We've already opened an account under SKTV name, under our uh, EIN number, and EIN number for business is like social security number for individual. Those that don't know, those that know, we understand what an EIN number is. So yes, Saros, these are good news, and hopefully Joseph Barker will live up to the promises, because it's one thing to promise, is quite another thing to live up to your promises. But for SKTV, I would just have to call my brother back, because the man say I gotta change my my behavior of calling, say, I'll call you bad thing, because honestly, something that I know, that man knows a lot when it comes to radio station. That man has built many stations. He is a seasoned journalist, even though he's the pastor. But you don't know the journalist part of this man. Some of you don't know. You have just seen this man on Facebook. But this guy is a seasoned journalist. And when you see the man always talking about Johnson Street and he knew me long time ago. I used to work with Transport Union. I worked with Transport Union for a very long time. And I held some key position in the Transport Union. And I was not just a follower. I was one of those people that fought for our people. You see those checkpoints? Doing Joteta, doing Chatrata, those checkpoints that were all over the place, they were taking money from people at Stevens Tower, Estate Junction. There, we don't want to remove that checkpoint. I led that process, and I went to jail for it. Yeah. Yes.
So,
Remove that checkpoint, and I
so
went to jail.
you've been in a revolution for a long time.
Oh, come on, man. In fact, when Teresa Veskinder was a president of the Transport Union, the protest that was held in front of the Labor Ministry, when everybody refused to talk, I the one who spoke that day on Radio Verita, DC 101, all the other radio stations at that time. I was the one that spoke. Darrell Dillon got to know me through advocacy. When we were arrested one time, taken to Justice Ministry, to Tishigu office. Tishigu was the Deputy Minister of Operation for Justice. That's how I met Darrell Dillon for the first time. He knows me. You know who I am. Yeah. So the thing is, all the people that me, I've gone to jail, I'll pay my due. You don't even know everybody. You don't know people.
Yeah,
you can just start coming to life. You don't know nothing about Liberia.
I'm telling you, Mr. Kanye.
When they talk about civil society, Safele Joe, that name rings bells when it comes to advocacy in Liberia. The tailoring union, the transport union, all the union combined. We were at the hard table, fighting for the Liberian people. So this Facebook thing, it just started. It just started.
Telling you.
All the Facebook hero they can be seeing, you don't mind it.
The time we started, Mr. Kanye, there was no Facebook. I bought him for using.
That time there was no Facebook. One time, this guy called Mr. Burdenois, who always called on the show. He said, Seku, your face look familiar. I said, what happened? He said, sometime I was stranded in Ghana. Say, you helped me with money, with my family. You do something for us as Transport Union. I said, oh. Then he called my name. I said, okay, that's me. So, the thing is, I didn't ask brother, no, I couldn't even remember him. He called me and asked me. He even said it on the show. He said, Stickle, you helped me one time, but maybe you forgot. I said, where? He said, in Ghana. The thing is, we are not trying to blow our own trumpet. But what we are trying to say here, that we have been in this advocacy for a long time. We are not doing it for ourselves, we're doing it for our country. And sometimes you can be doing some things, maybe you haven't getting to your calling. And we believe this whole media thing is something that God wants us to continue. Because everything we have put our hands in have worked. So all we can do is to work collectively to expand our reach and to continue to stand for the truth and speak the truth to power, regardless of who is at the receiving end. And together we can do it.
Of course. And even if people are contribute, you do run there with the same really say contribute.
Of
You
course.
run with
You know, the thing is, whatever we do, if we can stand publicly and say it, it means something. The reason is because a lot of people know me. You know, let me say something, Saros. In 2005, I left from here and went to Europe. I spent a few weeks in Europe. Then I went to Guinea. I spent a few weeks in Guinea. Then I went to Liberia. When I went to the Transport Union area, like say, first of all, I went to Junction Street. When I get to Junction Street, my foot could not touch the ground. Those guys, those young guys, drivers, cowboy, all those people there, they put me all the way to their union office. Happy to see me. When I went to Red Light, to Kakata parking, then to Nima parking, I shed tears. Some of the young people that we help. One boy called Victor, you know, he cried and I cried. And a lot of people cried that day because some of the things they were saying. I'm talking about 2005.
it pays to be good, Mr. Cannon. Never
So
lost.
sometimes I don't regret doing anything good for anybody, even if the person don't recognize it. I'm fine, because you know what, God up there seeing everything. We are not perfect. We make mistakes all the time. We are human. But sometimes doing good, that's the best you can do for yourself.
Of course.
Sometimes you may not even see it, but other people are looking at it. So when one time Mark Jabate called me from Ganta, at that time we were doing show, even I think we were doing it on the cell phone, something like that. He called me and said, Segu, plus Segu, I have you on loudspeaker right now. People are listening to you. I said, what's going on? He said, people have your show on here, on loudspeaker, on the street, watching and listening to you guys. Whatever you guys doing, keep it up. I could listen to the crowd when they heard me talking. They were like, whoa. I said, wow. Similarly, he went to Grand Cape Mont County, to the border of Sierra Leone. People had Oscar TV live on radio, listening to us. Imagine, in the remote part of Liberia, where you think nobody listening, where you think nobody cares. The last time you saw a guy who constantly coming on here saying that you have SKTV live in Greenville. In Greenville. On radio and crowd coming around to listen. So everything you are doing, every penny you are spending on SKTV or supporting SKTV is not in vain. Because Liberian people are listening and they're following. That's why When we are on the radio, it impacts more than when we are just on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. By the way, I went yesterday to follow SKTV whether or not we are actually on Twitter. You can't believe it. When we are live on Twitter, go there right now. Just click on it. You will see exactly what you're seeing here on Facebook. We are on YouTube. We are on Twitter. We are live on Twitter. Like when you click on it directly. Also, we have added TikTok. We'll be going live on TikTok as well. Because we had TikTok a while ago, but TikTok is the way that you can be able to go live with TikTok unless you have certain number of followers. And just day before yesterday, you know, we didn't pay attention to TikTok in the past. I just thought, to be honest, I thought with those women and things, they can go have fun and dance and stuff like that. I didn't know that a lot of people can follow TikTok as well. I didn't know that. I thought it was just women things. Honestly speaking, I didn't want to be actually bothered with TikTok. But some women told me, hey, Sekou, you gotta have TikTok as well. So we SKTV now, we have TikTok. Just check SKTV, you'll see it. Now, when something Cyrus, guess what? From 300 plus followers, we already hit 1,400 plus followers on TikTok, SKTV. Yes, in a split second. So SKTV now can also go live on TikTok. We're going to capture all the media. We'll go everywhere. Anywhere you can find us, that's where we care less about how many people watching on individual platforms. Because we get a lot of ways of carrying our message.
Yes, the message must go across.
We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, and now we're going to be on TikTok. We're on TikTok already, but we're not going live right now. I even promised that we're going to go live today on TikTok, but I forgot to add TikTok. But that is to tell you how far we are going. We want to make sure we reach out to everybody. So if you are following any of those social media platforms, you are more than welcome to follow us. Cyrus, unless you have something to say, we got to leave it there for today.
Yes, so let me say thank you to all our SKTV followers. Let me say
yeah.
So let me say thank you to all of our SKTV followers. Continue to follow SKTV and let's make this dream come true. Let's make this dream come true. Let's bring SKTV radio, SKTV TV to Liberia. Let's propagate the message and educate Liberians. Because the thing is, the education, let me tell you the amount of people that reach out to me here that continue to talk about SKTV just because of SKTV. And let me tell you, I'm not the smartest Liberian, but sometimes it's good to be committed. Sometimes it's good to believe in a cause and God grace. I think that grace got me here. 1, 2, commitment, and 3, because I've stood up for something and I'm standing up for something. So we all as Liberians, it's not easy to stand up for something in Liberia. Let me tell you. Let me end on this note. It's not easy to stand up in Liberia here, especially when you're standing up for a cause. Because where everybody wants to put is kind of cool. Sometimes you feel like you left behind. Sometimes you feel like nothing is working out. Because the thing is, there is small cycle that continue to suppress young people in this country, especially when you cannot say yes sir to the wrong things. So I mean, I think that's why got us here. And in order for a Cyrus, for a more of Cyrus to come out, we have to support the cause. We have to allow our messages to go across. We have to keep preaching the messages and not just preaching these messages, but with action. That we can have a lot of Liberians, alluding to the truth. To the truth. So Liberians can be educated. And SKTV is making a transmedia is doing a tremendous job. SKTV is making a great impact in the lives of Liberians. So let's continue to support a cause. And let me say thank you to a lot of SKTV followers and our supporters, to our stakeholders, and to our beautiful Liberians women, and to the most important people. And because Liberian people are important, because Liberian women are the most beautiful people on earth, this is the reason SKTV without quota. SKTV is here to stay. And SKTV will continue to propagate a message of
And man is saying that he's laughing at himself because I will write some
no,
checkpoints. Because he is saying,
let me tell you, SKTV, Liberian women are the most beautiful, and Liberian women are the most important, and Liberian people are the most important people. The t-shirt will be coming out soon. So
oh,
this particular, of course, yes. And let me make it clear. You have to support the project. Let's
what kind
that's
of project? Is
that's
it Labrador women
the,
are the most beautiful women on earth?
of course, Liberian women are the most beautiful
Master,
women on earth, and Liberian
Master,
people are the
I will
most
support the project.
yeah, and Liberian people are the most important people on earth. And
And
those t-shirts will be distributed. Because of that, that is the reason SKTV is here. So Mr. Kanye, this is a brand, and the CEO is Steve. I'm the co-CEO. It will here to stay. It will live.
yeah, so for those of you that are actually following us on YouTube, I want to say kudos to you because we just came back on today on the original SKTV, but when I look at it, we had about 60 people were already there watching before I even announced it. Now it's gone down to like 42 people because we have to closing. That is to tell you, to tell you how much people are ready to actually follow SKTV.
And the can't wait for the original SKTV page to come back. You know how we do? Chief, okay, Mr. Kanye, let me tell you, when original SKTV, it will be for news. Because the news have to go across. Then SKTV LRB will be for the evening conversation. That's how, for me, that's just my suggestion.
I mean,
It'll be,
everything you're talking, you stay on SKTV right now.
true for the
SKTV,
new,
SKTV original, SKTV LRB, SKTV YouTube, Instagram, whatever. And you want information to go out there, the people are getting the information, and that's what they want. I want you to encourage people.
yeah.
In fact, I want to see SKTV LRB getting to 20,000 followers before we can bring back SKTV original. So you got big work on your hands. Go let us start sharing the show. Let us start posting content. Let a lot of people follow SKTV LRB so we can bring the other one back. Before we
Okay.
can bring it back. So
Okay.
let's do that. All right. My people, yeah, thank you. We appreciate your time. So let me make sure that if we have anything here to announce, no, not there. I just want to make sure because I don't want to leave the show and then say, "Oh yeah, I saw the person saying all this one, I didn't announce it. I'm sorry." No, but let me see here. All right, yeah. So thank you all. Nothing to announce, but yes, tomorrow is Friday, right? Our people normally contribute to SKTV on Friday for the most part. In America here, people can get paid on Friday. Most people, not everybody, but a lot of people can get paid on Friday. Some people every other Friday. Some people every Friday. At least Friday is the day that we all agree that they're going to be supporting SKTV. So hopefully tomorrow people will support whatever we get tomorrow. We can also use some of that to, send you guys transportation and data and other stuff to facilitate the inauguration because we have a lot of people actually looking up to SKTV for providing credible and unfiltered information, raw material from the ground. Well, thank you guys. We appreciate your time. Saras, so let's just talk after the show, okay? All right. So folks, I want to say thank you. You see my flower behind me here, that the flower I used to have when I used to do the show on the phone. Some people remember this flower here. This flower here is a very beautiful flower. So I was told, I said, go, we need our flower back. I said, okay, I'll bring it back. So the flower is back. Well, the day we're ready to actually carry our official backgrounds, we will, remove the flower. But people say they like it. So it's more original, it's more authentic. So people like it. But we'll see you guys tomorrow. We love you guys. And hopefully tomorrow you will be on here. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free of charge. It only carries our number up. And we appreciate that. Yeah, also you can also subscribe to SKTV LRB on Facebook. That is $4.99 per month to support SKTV. We love you and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.